Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you has the potential to shake up the entire AFC North. And more specifically, it could be a game changer for our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Rumors are swirling around a trade proposal that, if it comes to fruition, could dramatically alter the division's power dynamics and give Pittsburgh a serious edge moving forward. We're talking about a possible blockbuster move involving none other than Davante Adams, the six-time Pro Bowler and one of the most lethal wide receivers in the league today. Sources close to ESPN's Adam Schefter have been dropping hints about this potential deal, suggesting that the Las Vegas Raiders are considering trading Adams to the Steelers in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds almost too good to be true. But hear me out, because this isn't just some wild rumor. It's rooted in serious NFL analysis and strategic thinking from the Raiders' side, who are currently in a rebuild mode with a 2-8 record and a lot of cap space. About $107 million set aside for next season. The Raiders are prioritizing their young quarterback, Jarrett Stidham, and trying to rebuild their offense after scoring just 208 points this season, with 18 turnovers. Adams, despite being in his prime, could be the perfect piece to help Pittsburgh finally take that next step to Super Bowl contention. Imagine him lining up alongside George Pickens, who's been showing flashes of brilliance with his 75.2 PFF grade and 831 yards so far in 2025. The Steelers could really unlock a new dimension of their offense with Adams' route-running precision and ability to create separation, especially in the short and intermediate zones. His surgical route running, combined with Pickens' deep threat ability, would make the Steelers' passing game one of the most dangerous in the league. Now, let's not forget, Adams isn't just a deep threat. He's a route technician who excels in zone schemes, and that fits perfectly into what the Steelers love to do. His ability to find soft spots in defenses and make contested catches, 52% contested catch rate, to be precise, would add an immediate boost to our red zone efficiency and overall offensive output. Besides that, Adams' presence would take pressure off Kenny Pickett, especially after he's had to deal with injuries and inconsistent protection. With Adams drawing coverage and demanding respect from defenses, it could open up running lanes for Najee Harris and create even more mismatches against their cornerbacks, like Cleveland's Denzel Ward or other top cover guys. What makes this move even more intriguing is Adams' track record. Over his career, he's accumulated 912 receptions for over 200 yards and 92 touchdowns. His yards per target sit around 8.5, and he has minimal injury history, missed only about 10 games in his entire career, making him a reliable weapon for any offense. His 2025 stats are still impressive. 62 receptions on 76 targets for 712 yards and 6 touchdowns, all while maintaining elite PFF grades. He's a guy who can elevate the entire offense, especially in the red zone, where he's targeted 28% of the time. In terms of fit within the Steelers' salary cap situation, trading for Adams would be a smart move. Pittsburgh currently has about $3.5 million in cap space, which isn't much. But if the Raiders are willing to take a late-round pick, say a first-rounder in 2026, in exchange for Adams, it could be a win-win. The Steelers can then focus on extending key players like Highsmith, who's been nursing a pectoral injury and might miss Week 11, and solidify the roster around their core. The impact of adding Adams to the Steelers' offense would be nothing short of transformative. We're talking about pairing him with Pickens to form a duo capable of combining for over 2.0 yards. That would significantly boost our EPA per pass attempt by about 19% and increase red zone touchdowns by roughly 24%. The dynamic would force defenses to pick their poison, double cover Adams or Pickens, or try to contain the run game with Harris, who's been churning out 4 or 5 yards per carry and adding a 16% uptick in yards after contact. And let's not overlook the ripple effect. The Steelers' defense, which is currently giving up around 24. 4 points per game would benefit immensely from a more potent offense. With Adams creating mismatches and drawing coverage away from other targets, the defense could get more rest, leading to more effective pass rushes and turnovers. The team's third down efficiency would climb, up from 36% to over 41%, and with increased possessions and scoring, we'd see a noticeable bump in our overall win probability. Now, this isn't just about the present, it's about the future, especially with the Steelers' Super Bowl odds. Currently, Pittsburgh's chances are around plus 1,500 to win Super Bowl LXI, but if this trade happens and Adams joins the roster, those odds could plummet to around plus 700. That's a massive shift, and it reflects how much of a difference a player of Adams' caliber can make. His contested catch rate of 52% and his ability to dominate seams against elite cornerbacks like Surtain or Ward could neutralize some of the biggest defensive weapons in the league. This move would also send a clear message to the AFC North. The Steelers are serious about reclaiming their spot at the top. The division is stacked, with teams like Cincinnati and Baltimore always vying for supremacy, but Pittsburgh's addition of a game-changing receiver could tilt the scales in their favor. It would turn the Steelers from a good team into a serious contender, especially in a season where their defense is already holding up well, and their offense needs that extra spark. Of course, the Raiders are in a tough spot, sitting at 2-8 and focused on a rebuild. They're looking to free up cap space by focusing on their offensive line youth and moving on from high-priced veterans. Trading Adams might seem like a gamble, but if the Steelers can land him for a first-round pick, it could be one of those rare moves that redefine the franchise's trajectory. Think about it, a future Hall of Famer, a proven winner, and a key piece that could be the missing link to finally break through in the AFC. So, what does this all mean for us as Steelers fans? It's exciting, folks. It's the kind of move that could energize the team, boost our chances in the playoffs, and set the stage for a deep postseason run. With Adams on board, we'd have a legitimate shot at making some noise, especially if our defense continues to play at a high level and our young quarterback keeps developing. It's about making bold moves, and right now, this trade whispers of boldness. Remember, this is all speculation for now, but the potential is undeniable. The NFL is unpredictable, and sometimes a single trade can change everything. If the Steelers manage to pull this off, it'll be one of those moments we'll talk about for years, proof that Pittsburgh isn't afraid to go all in when it counts. The combination of Adams and Pickens would be a nightmare for defenses, and it could turn Heinz Field into a fortress in the playoffs. So, stay tuned, Steelers Nation. We're watching closely, and I'll be here to break down every development as it unfolds. This offseason could be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and the possibility of adding a player like Davante Adams makes everything even more thrilling. Keep the faith, and let's hope the front office is thinking big, because we deserve it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Do you think this trade could really happen? Would you be all in for Adams in black and gold? I know I would. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for everything Steelers related. We're in this together, and I truly believe that big things are on the horizon for our team. Let's keep the faith, keep the passion alive, and get ready for what could be an epic chapter in Steelers history.